anything happens, we'll come back live. For now, we take a break from Talladega.
Oh, trouble.
Trouble in turn 4. We didn't even get there. Johnny Benson, Larry Foyt, Jimmy Spencer, David Green, and a couple
Jeremy
of others.
Mayfield is involved. Yep. Is that Tony Raines?
Yeah, it's Raines in the white car. First caution's out. Left 10. And remember that there's no more racing back to the caution. So this is the point that NASCAR has to determine what order the field was running in as soon as the caution comes out, and set the cars back in that order before they come to pit road.
And that's obviously going to be a huge problem here today because they're all 2 wide, 3 wide.
Yep. Spencer, Benson, all torn up.
Go around. Jeremy's right front is not turning. That's not a good sign.
Car's rear suspension broken. See on the back right rear fender sitting down all over the tires. There's Larry Foyt.
And again, when I talk about these drivers being so concerned about this, it's not only the danger of getting hurt, it's the fear of failure.
Let's see what happens here. Somebody just started to come around, like maybe he had a flat tire. Was that Mayfield?
That is the left rear tire. We see the tire rolling down the racetrack. That is Jeremy's car.
So he went up into Benson when the tire came apart. Oh, Larry Foyt first, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then the jam up behind him.
That could be one reason that Jeremy had fallen back is because of that left rear tire going flat.
Don't get any one-car crashes here at Talladega, not very often anyway.
NBC's coverage of the EA Sports 500 is brought to you by the next Ford F-150, built Ford tough. By UPS, the official delivery company of NASCAR. We want to race the truck. People love the truck. By the new Dew, Mountain Dew, the people who brought you Mountain Dew. By Little Debbie single-serve snack cakes, perfect when you're on the go. Unwrap a smile today. And by Net Zero, internet access only $9.95. Call 877-NET-ZERO or get it at netzero.com. NBC's coverage of the EA Sports 500 is brought to you by Stacker 2, the world's strongest fat burner. By Discover to Go, it pays to discover. By NASCAR Thunder 2004 from EA Sports, races end, rivalries don't. By Wrangler and Wrangler's new 5-star premium denim jeans. And by new Smirnoff Ice Triple Black, triple filtered for a crisp, clean bite.
150,000 fans.
NBC's coverage of the EA Sports 500 is brought to you by Visa, proud sponsor of NASCAR. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be. By Chevy Silverado, it's the right truck. By Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of NASCAR. And by NASCAR Thunder 2004 from EA Sports. Races end, rivalries don't.
Johnson doesn't have any buddies right now in his bumper, so they may pull it off right here.
Yeah, I don't think the 8 car's going to go down the Helms 48, do you?
Oh, trouble! Johnson spinning to the inside.
Don't come back across the racetrack. He's going to...
I don't think he's got much of a choice.
Oh, boy, did he just get through there. Caution is out.
He's still moving.
And Junior gets the lucky dog pass.
Jimmy Johnson's a lucky dog right there.
He is. Turn that thing sideways 190 miles per hour.
How that kept from being the big one, I'll never know. They were racing for the lead.
Somehow all the pack got by while he was down on the apron, and when he came back across the racetrack, the cars were gone. Thank goodness.
So the caution is out for just the third time in the race. Michael Waltrip is the leader. Dale Jr. is free pass after the pit stops. This sets up a number of things. One, it keeps Junior dry what saved Jimmy Johnson there. All that pavement to the inside of the racetrack, that used to be grass.
What a shot. This is a great shot right here.
See all that pavement he's sliding on? That was done.
You're coming to the caution.
That was done as a safety measure, because when that had been grass, that would have been an awful crash for Johnson.
And it just doesn't take much, folks. When these cars make contact, they're so loose anyway, it doesn't take much to get these cars sideways.
Yeah, see? Yep.
And watch this. All the cars go by. There's an opening. He goes up the racetrack. Oh, man, how close is that?
Probably the left front valence is the only thing that's really damaged on that car. It is outside of the fuel window for Jeff Gordon, however. They give him a tear off on both sides of the windshield. It'll be a right side tire change only, no changes, Matt. The 38 car, Elliott Sadler, right side tire changes. They're going on the jack, and he's down the line. Oh, he hits the 43. Crewman's down. Michael Waltrip is on pit road. It's a Ford tire change. He said he had no idea what happened out there. They took 4 because they're 4 laps short. He's going to have to come back and top off. Back to you, Matt. Jeff Green is trying to turn on a pit road. A crew member on the 43 was struck. They're trying to help him off pit road. We'll update the situation momentarily. Looks like they all got up.
Yeah.
A little slow, but... Here we go. We've got 2 cars just trying to hit the same spot. Watch the 43 cars trying to come into his pit, and Elliott's trying to leave. He just hooks the left rear, and those poor guys they got nowhere to go.
Man, a jack man gets knocked about 10 feet down the racetrack. Man.
Fortunately, he didn't get run over by the 38 car once he got thrown down the racetrack. Watch here. He took a hit.
Thank goodness for those helmets they're wearing, too. Matty?
Archie Kennedy is sitting on the pit wall, medical attention.
There's a king.
The King is talking to Archie. Archie's talking to the medical folks here on pit road.
Archie's been with that team a long time.
Has he?
Yes.
In place on Bobby Labonte. 09 car. James Finch is after.
Oh,
Who's
another
blowing up?
smoker.
Jeff Burton. No caution yet.
Careful, there's one more to come around the outside. He's well out of the way. You can hang down there. All right, no more to come.
He got that car below that line pretty quick, so I think we'll be okay.
And the race continues. We stay. Oh, caution. Caution for oil. Caution for oil. Now the caution is out. All these guys can stop racing right now. Bobby Labonte will be the leader. He was out in front of Junior when they called for the caution.
So there's no point in racing back to the line.
Okay, now.
And Ryan Newman's going to be the lucky dog again this week.
Newman's going to come. Yeah,
That's a fast race car.
he didn't have.
Where have we seen that before?
Doesn't have quite as many miles left as he did at Dover last week.
NBC's coverage of the EA Sports 500 is brought to you by Budweiser. The best things in life are the things that are true. Budweiser. By Pontiac. Fuel for the soul. By the United States Army, an army of one. And by Old Navy Painter's Pants. They'll work for you.
150,000 fans at the Talladega Superspeedway. You want to watch it. You can't like seeing this because one of those 2 lines of cars behind you is going to start to move, and you have to guess which one.
Well, that's why he's doing what he's doing. He's just mirror driving all over the racetrack.
Oh, trouble! Elliott Sadler over once and a half and on his roof. Now the car tumbling hard onto the pavement in turn 3. Caution is out. A terrible crash.
Okay, man.
Okay, guys, back it down. We're not racing. Caution's out. See now,
Workers already there. Yeah.
that's why we don't race back to the line.
That is a record.
Yes,
How
sir.
fast they got to that car.
That's great to see. The attention already focused on the Elliott Sadler car.
Yeah, we see him.
Yeah,
his helmet off. And they're going to red flag the race.
Yeah, we've not passed the lap yet at which they would not use the red flag, so they're going to stop the field on the back straightaway, and we're going to go under the red flag. Look at the damage to that car. What a heavy hit that thing.
Well, and the thing was hitting on asphalt.
Yeah.
Normally we see that on grass, but this was on asphalt.
And for everybody that wonders why they use the carburetor restrictor plates to control speed, it's just for that reason. There's a certain speed at which, when you turn one of these race cars around backwards, it goes up in the air.
You see this area right here above the driver, they call it like the birdhouse. Right here, this area it looks good.
Yeah.
That's what's protecting the driver, and that really held up well.
There we see the car stopping.
And here he comes out the window.
Now, that's great.
Easy does it. Yeah, don't cut yourself.
Oh, that's good to see.
He's out.
Scary, scary crash for Elliott Sadler.
Let me get my breath before I take a step.
I'm dizzy. Let's go back and look.
There he is, right in the middle.
And these guys are Dyson. Go ahead, BP.
And there he makes contact. He comes down trying to get in front of Kurt Busch. They make contact. Watch that thing fly. And there it lands on that road you talked about.
And then when it gets onto the racetrack again, it takes another nasty flip. Watch this hit.
That's the hard one right here.
Oh, man.
God, they all look pretty hard.
Yeah, they do. I don't want to be in there in any of them.
Like I said, that car really held up well above the driver.
But you see the hood flopping around and the deck lid, the tethers that NASCAR has these teams installed to keep the hood and deck lid.
Look at work. He took the steering wheel off right away.
Yeah. That's unbelievable. He had a crash in practice driving for the Wood Brothers a few years ago in Michigan. It looked like that.
And see, that's the problem when you get, like I said, when you start mirror driving, and that's what these guys are doing. They're trying to get in front of each other, trying to make blocks this close to the end of the race. You're not going to give a guy a break.
You know, something I want you to think about as you're watching these replays again. Watch what I think happened is Elliott reacted to Dale Jr. Dale Jr. started to turn left in front of Elliott, and I think Elliott just reacted to that and moved left. And that's when he came across the front of Kurt Busch. I don't think he was trying to block Kurt. I think he reacted to Dale Jr. making a sudden move to the left, and just instinctively...
That could be, but I mean, you're still getting a lot of that going on right now than you don't see any other time of the race.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, I mean, you know, one moves and everybody moves pretty much.